You are witnessing ultra stylish workout pixie. About to go shower for the night actually, but I was getting some stitching in prior, and the edge of the black there is the edge of page 1. I carried the blue a little bit further because I was finishing out the thread, but pretty happy. I'm really enjoying it. It's going well. Excited to get back to it tomorrow. I've worked a lot this week already, so I might even go into work a little late because I have to work late tomorrow, so stitch some in the morning. That'd be nice. Some morning stitching tomorrow and drink some coffee at home. I'm currently uploading my August vlog, so you've already seen it by the time you watch this one. But anywho, I'm going to try to talk Jim into doing a video that maybe you will see before this one. I'll probably upload it separately. Anyway, August 31st. Talk to you guys later. Bye. So hopefully you guys can see all of the butterflies. This is the lantana that exploded outside of our front door. And Jim says that every time that he walks out of the house, it's like he's in a Disney movie, because butterflies and hummingbird moths just erupt up into the air. It's my goat. I love it. I hope this thing comes back every year like this, and that the butterflies come back like this. This is crazy. But one of the daily things that makes me happy, these butterflies. It is September 2nd, and you're reviewing more cute bobby pinned exercise hair. Let's see. Left work early because I got my hours for the week in pretty quickly because I worked a lot. And came in, and Jim and I went for a walk / kind of run in places at the park. So I got that in for today. And this shirt came in, so I immediately put it on because it needs to be laundered. It has a weird smell to it from, I guess, the printer. If you can name the reference that this shirt is from, we can be friends. Absolutely. So I saw this online on Etsy and was like, yes! I'm about to sit down and stitch some. This is where I left off last night with Big Red Ship, or Big Blue. And I'm going to start figuring out some other colors and seeing what things look like. Let's hope that I don't have to frog too much, or at all actually, and that things kind of lay out the way I like it the first go around. Let's see. Also, I got some mail. There's an old chart that I had seen on Stash Unload that I tried to buy, and then when I tried to buy it, they were like, oh, we sold that already. Well, anyway, I won't go into that again. But it's the only time I've ever seen it. And then I saw a lady stitching it on one of the Facebook groups, and I was like, oh, I love this chart. I tried to buy it once and was never able to find it. I'm so envious. You're doing a great job, kind of thing. Well, she reached out to me and she was like, I finished it. If you want it, I'm done with the chart. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, blah, blah, blah. We worked it out. So she sent it to me. Yeah. It's bizarre and beautifully colorful, and the birds and the vines and the flowers. I thought when I saw this online that this would be hand-dyed threads, but no, it's charted for DMC. I've got to do some thinking about how I want to stitch this. Pretty sight. She also included this one, just because she said it was one that she had and really thought that I would like it. I hold to. Stitchers are the best people. And then she wrote me a really sweet, like, handwritten letter. Who writes handwritten letters anymore? It was wonderful. It was so sweet. So, stitchers are wonderful. This month is off to a great start. Here in the U.S., it is the beginning of Labor Day weekend, which means it's Friday, and I'm off Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. And I don't know what it is, but some holiday weekends, my volunteers that I work with will still like want to go do stuff. Not on Labor Day weekend. Labor Day weekend is about going to the beach or the lake or barbecues or drinking, or people don't work. So I'm not going to work. So with that said, I'm going to drink my water and get to stitching. Bye. Okay, so I'm trying to do better this month with vlogging more often. So Saturday morning, I did a whole bunch of replying to comments on the vlog that I just posted, and by the time you see this, you know, I did a giveaway on that. So I'm trying to copy and paste the people that have entered onto an Excel file. Oh my gosh, that took so much longer than I thought it would, but I will say I'm caught up right now, but now I'm looking and there is a notification where other people have commented, so I'll get back to that. But working on Big Blue, and I'm sure you can tell, hold on, the telltale sign that I have had to frog. You can see the stitches where I've pulled them out. There we go, that's better. I had to pull out this motif because I guess stitching too late last night, I was like, this motif is 3 down from this one. So I said 1, 2, 3 and started stitching, which I start in the bottom left. So duh, Emily, that made it 2 down and not 3 down. So I had stitched in this, which I haven't recompleted yet, and the upper part of this little person, and then quit for the night. Well, I moved up and started doing this, and then quit for the night. So this morning, when I got back to it and decided that I wanted to start at the top of this tree, and thankfully counted down from here to start, when I got down to the bottom of the tree, I was like, that's not supposed to be touching this person. What did I do wrong? And I'll admit, I'm a person where if it is something that I can just kind of fudge and get away with it, or if it's not noticeable, I will keep on going. But on this one, so many of these motifs, let's look at so many of these little motifs, or motifs, however you pronounce it, are so close together, or they're like a stitch apart, or I want it to be right. And it really wasn't that much, and I've already almost completely redid what I had stitched last night. So, whatever, no big deal. This little guy right here is one of my favorites. You can see him right in the middle, where he's like, it looks like he's holding a dead rabbit or something. I don't know. Anyway, this chart's so much fun. So I'm restitching this, trying to get some progress in. I am still bumming it in my pajamas and with crazy slept-on hair, so that's why we're filming this way. I'm going to bum around a lot today, but I am going to go to the park, and I'm going to walk and run, and now I can do a full revolution around the park, and I feel like I got to work out, but I wonder if I could push a little further. I wonder if I could do another section, because the great thing about this park is it's not completely circular. the park that I go to is kind of wooded and it winds around and twists. So I could do another section and then cut back across to my car and, you know, not do another full, complete circumference of the park. So I may do that in a bit. I am watching Mackenzie's newest video. That may not be the most flattering pause, Mackenzie, I'm sorry. But she's talking about that I think she's leaving today to go to Seattle, which is exciting. But right now she's talking about toddlers and tiaras, and I'm cracking up listening to her. It's kind of making me want to go watch Toddlers and Tiaras, which I have not watched in years. I'm snacking on my new favorite stitching snack, which is banana chips. They're probably not the best for me, but it is way healthier than like cookies or gummy worms or the crap that I would snack on previously. So, you know, it is what it is. Before I watched Mackenzie's, I was watching Olivia's new video that she posted. She is also awesome. I love her videos so much. If you do not watch Olivia B, you should be. I do not understand why her subscriber number is not higher. Go find her and check her out. She is one of my Flosstube friends that I'm starting this with. She also has some other amazing projects, which in her most recent video, she goes through like all of what she's working on right now, I think. So go check her out. I can't stress that enough. She's so great. And that's it. I'm going to get back to work on this, and there will be a project picture after this, before I got to it at the end of the night. Bye, guys. Hey, guys. Just to show, I'm not just saying I'm doing this. I'm doing this. YouTube messed up. I was watching a video. So you know what? That's my cue. That's my cue to get up off my ass and go exercise at the park. So here I am. Mackenzie will be proud. The shirt Jim picked up at a ball game for free when he was up there. I'll turn the camera around and just film a little bit of the local park for you guys. This is some of the wooded section here at our local park. It's my favorite stretch. Trees and shade. It's about the halfway mark. Gives you a chance to kind of have a nice, serene, calming environment. I'm going to look back to where I came from. I do enjoy this park. It's motivation for me to come out here every day. Or not every day, I'm trying for every other day. I came yesterday though, and I'm here today. It's nice to have somewhere nice to go. Anyway, back to exercise. Squirrels here, so are not scared. He's right off the path. Whoop. Hey, buddy. Hey. What are you doing? Realistically, how far I am from him. 10 feet? Jim makes fun of me because I keep saying that these are the cats of the park. I talk to them like they're cats. Yeah. Almost done. 2 mile. Here's another nice little section of this park. I know I have no idea what kind of party they're having over there underneath the pavilion. I feel better. I told myself that maybe I would go over 1 lap. It's hot. It is hot. There was a stretch of full sun back there that felt like walking in a sauna. I'm done. Bye, guys. Guys, it is Monday, September the 5th. I am chilling on my couch, watching Flosstube, stitching, drinking coffee, because it's Labor Day here in the U.S., and that means no work, which I'm pretty psyched about. Sarah just put up a new vlog, which I'm loving so far. And in case you don't know Sarah, she's on YouTube under Sarah Stitches. She is fantastic. She has some fun projects too. Oh, and then you can see Miss Oh So Crafty has some new videos up. It's marking those for me because it knows I like her. And probably watch those next. I was going to go and walk first thing this morning, but my Fitbit was dying, so I've got it plugged in there. You can see my water and coffee, hydration. So yeah, I had to plug it in and sit on my butt and stitch. Continuing to work on this. I was going to switch and work on something else today, but I just love this way too much right now. So I'm going to put at least today in on this as well. And then I'm going to switch to something else. And part of the issue was I really couldn't decide what I wanted to work on next. I have several projects, and I may pick a handful and then just eeny, meeny, miny, moe that shit. Fun fact about Big Blue here. As I've been stitching these little motifs, I've been giving them weird nicknames. Not all of them, but some of them. Like these guys. Those are the 3 birds of the apocalypse. You have, hold on, brought this up, Huey, Dewey, and Death. This is Lobster Hands Alice. She grows corn and catches fish, apparently, with her lobster hands. These are the twins. Gosh, Jim actually named them. I'm trying to remember. Damn it. It was like Tweedledee and Derek or something weird. And this one, I don't know why, but it started making me think about one of my favorite movies as a little kid. Did you guys ever watch Follow That Bird? The Sesame Street movie? Yeah. So I have named this one Bernard, which doesn't relate to that, but he is Bernard, the blue bird of unhappiness. Yeah, I'm a freak. I do weird stuff when I stitch. So I'm going to continue working on this. I'm trying to bring these down. Part of me wanted to show you the pattern right then to show you how far along on the page I am. Let's not do that. September 9th. I haven't filmed recently. I tend to go home and exercise, and then I don't want to film myself because I'm sweaty and disgusting. I just need to get over that and start vlogging more. I'm at work right now, and I'm putting in a couple of seconds of video because I think I'm getting sick. I hope I'm not getting sick. I think I'm getting sick. But you know how you get that feeling in your throat and you're like, that feels weird. That's not normal. So I'm definitely taking a day off of exercising. That was placement information on kids, nothing confidential. A day off of exercising and just kind of chilling today. That's what I'm doing. But for now, back to work. Hey guys, it is Saturday, September the 10th, and I decided that I wanted to, mess that up. I'm trying to get a strands started on here. But this is my Le Clef by Nemu, because I haven't really showed it this time. This is how far I am. And I'm trying to get started because this is 28 count, and I'm doing this with 3 strands, which means I'm not loop starting, and it adds a level of difficulty. So basically, when I do this, I just make sure I'm catching those threads on the back when I start. And it usually goes better than this, and I'm sure it's because I'm trying to film it. And it's like everything is getting in the way all of a sudden. Ha! There we go. I'm secure. And now I'll just stitch over that length a couple more times on the back, and it'll be really secure. And then when I come back across it. I am definitely filming this and not me because I am still like bummy from getting out of bed and drinking coffee, and it's just that kind of morning. I thought I would do a cross stitch tag and stitch with you guys a little while I did that, and I also have a wee bit of haul to show that I will show when I'm done with the tag. And hopefully I can do this and not mess up. Okay, so I went on the Blogspot page with all of the tags listed. The one that Trisha the Left-Handed Stitcher keeps up. So I scrolled down, and one of the newer ones that I decided that looked lengthy and good was Confessions of a Cross Stitcher tag. And it looks like it was originally done by Vintage Chick Stitcher. So I have not read all these questions yet. I'm just going to wing it. Okay, it looks like she has a short and sweet and a moment of truth section, 2 different sections. Number 1, just cross stitch or specialty stitches too? I have done some specialty stitches in the past, but I'm drawn to just cross stitch. It doesn't mean I would not do one with lots of specialty stitches, but I love cross stitch. That, you know, that's my favorite. I know Tracy P is doing this amazing peacock band sampler right now that's almost complete specialty stitches, and I'm in awe of it, but I don't know, it seems like a lot of specialty stitches. And you know, all the chatelaines and stuff have so many specialty stitches. I haven't tackled one of those yet. Maybe one day. But I've got to really know that I would want to, because that is an investment. Sure, that's a huge investment. So I would say that's cross stitch. Number 2, whole stitches only or half and quarter stitches too? I mean, I'll do half and quarter stitches. In fact, here, this is where her face will be. When you're doing the edge here and some of the detail on the face, there are actually a lot of half stitches that, you know, that are in there that I'm going to have to do, and it's going to make all of this really come to life. So yeah, I mean, I'll do them. They're not my favorite, but I'll do them. I actually think I'm going to even up the edge of her face some because, I don't know, we'll see. The back stitch that goes along the edge of the face, looking at the pattern, like some of the stitches look like they come out past the back stitch, and some of them look like they don't quite touch it, so we may have to doctor up this face edge. French knots or beads in their place. I suck at French knots. can remember as a kid, I used to beg my mom to do them for me on my stitching because mine never looked good. I have been doing beads in their place, but I have a chart in my haul that I'm trying to decide if I want to attempt some of the French knots or do beads. Honestly, I'll probably do beads, especially because there's already some beads on that piece. I'll just do all beads. Yep, so I just decided that. Backstitch, nemesis or friend? Once I get started with backstitch, I enjoy it. I would rather be doing cross stitching. I will admit that is one thing that keeps me away from some of the Teresa Winsler designs, because like I'll see, for instance, I think it's the big castle with the dragon that Stephanie or Miss So Crafty is doing, and there's so much detail and backstitching in that. It's a lot. It was a lot. Washed or unwashed? Unwashed. I've never washed a piece. Never, never, ever, ever. I try to be careful with them, so I don't have to. Maybe one day that will change, but maybe not. Probably not. I'll probably just continue to have grimy pieces. Iron or Watson iron? It's funny she asked that because I own an iron and I will iron my pieces, but I don't own a real ironing board. I purposefully buy clothes that look good enough coming out of the dryer because I hate to iron. I hate to iron. So the ironing board that I have, honestly, is still the ironing board that I had, the little mini one like you have when you're in a college dorm. I still have that iron, or that ironing board. Okay, looking at my pattern. Sorry, guys. Professionally frames or do it yourself? Peter's going to sleep. Both. Back in the day, a lady at a shop taught me how to lace, so I laced some pieces myself. Now that I have restarted stitching, I have learned how to pin, and I prefer that. So I will pin and frame pieces myself. Really, really special pieces I will continue to take and have professionally framed. For instance, when I finish Angel of Love, she's going to the framers. I want that to look really good when I gift it to my mom. But like, I've got to get around to framing the Anatomical Heart and then Romantic Mademoiselle, which are both finishes from this year. And both of those I'm going to do myself. Framed FFOs or fully finished objects or other finishes. If other finishes, please share what you've done. Yeah, I have a few, but I'm stitching and I'm not going to show those, and you've seen them before anyway. Stickler for the pattern or creative muse? Creative muse. I don't know that that's what I would call myself, but that's what the quiz asks. I like to change patterns. I like to change colors. I like to change fabrics. I like to edit things, take things out. I mean, I'm not talking edit things a la Kate, or Kate Paints Aplenty. We all know how she gets. I mean, she's designing now. Her stuff is amazing. But, yeah, I do like to switch things up. Organized stitcher or ruler of chaos? Let me look at my chart. I don't know. I'm somewhat organized. I don't really know how to answer that. Both. Both. I have organized chaos. Planned or spontaneous? I kind of got to be a planner with my projects because I find that when I do things a little spontaneous, I end up starting over or rethinking, and it just doesn't go well. I'm a planner, but that's just my personality as well. I'm a list maker and a planner. Process stitcher or project driven? Process. That's why I have 1,000 whips. Okay, not really 1,000. I don't know how many I have, but I have a lot of whips. I blame you guys. But I do look forward to finishes. Like this piece, she's going to be so pretty when she's done. I mean, this crazy hair, and then this part is going to be entirely, there's like a hair piece here that'll be beaded. This big blank open spot is entirely beaded. She's going to be amazing. Impulse buyer or thoughtful purchaser? Dude, I am such an impulse buyer. I am trying to get better about that. But for instance, I was watching Cozy Egg's newest video last night. Yeah, we're going to talk about this for a second. She and I have very similar tastes, and I actually commented that on where she had posted the video on Facebook. We have very similar taste. So I saw a finish that she had done that I'd never seen it before. Like, it must have come out, that chart, in the period where I wasn't stitching, and now it's like not for sale in 1, 2, 3 stitch. So I'd just never seen it, and I had to have it. So I found it on Etsy. There was one on eBay too, and a couple of other shops that I guess still have it in stock. But I found it on Etsy. That's the cheapest that I found. And then I just piled a bunch of other Plum Street samplers charts that that woman had in my cart and bought them because they were good prices. And I was like, I think I want to stitch that. I think I want to stitch that too. I bought like 5 charts. So yeah, I'm definitely an impulse buyer. But it's not like I spent hundreds of dollars. I don't even think I spent $50. Here's my coffee maker or dishwasher. They make the same beeping noise. One of the two. So yeah, definitely an impulse buyer. Now, down to the moment of truth section. And let me figure out where I am on this chart before we start there. That's the only thing about this. It's confetti, but it's not, because the color is kind of in jagged sections. Oh, I'm totally showing you the chart. My bad. I've only had a partial cup of coffee. So it's in these jagged sections on here, so it does get a little confusing. Maybe I should have chosen an easier chart to work on while I was doing this. Okay. Number 14, moment of truth. If you make a mistake, do you have to frog it out? No, I don't. It depends. Like, if it's a full coverage, absolutely not. No one's gonna know unless it's in like the detail of a face on the piece or something like that. And when I was working on my big blue ship, I frogged out a section, but all of those little motifs are like 1 stitch away from each other. It was going to throw everything else off if I didn't take it out. But if I can fudge it, I'll fudge it. Nobody's going to know but me. And I guess that goes back to the stick to the chart or creative muse. I just get creative with it. Nobody says I have to do it exactly the way that the chart is. You know? Have you ever shown your work? If not, would you like to one day? I haven't. It's the time of year with all of the state fairs, and honestly, the thought has crossed my mind that it would be that it would be fun to enter something one day. Maybe one day. Maybe if I have a finish that I am just really, really, really super proud of, I'll enter it. I think that would be fun. Number 16. Who do you stitch for? I only stitch for people that I know will appreciate it. Stitch for my mom, stitch for my sister, I'll stitch for my husband. I gave my sister-in-law a piece that ended up, at my brother's house. So immediate family. Or friends who I know will really appreciate it. I actually have a piece of haul over here in a stack to show you once I'm through with these questions. And one of those is a chart that one of my best friends, she asked me to stitch her something for her house. And most people I would say, no, sorry, I'll teach you how to stitch though, because I just don't think they really get it. I don't think they get how much time and effort goes into it. But she does. And she really appreciates it, I think. So she picked out a chart, and we're going to pick out some fabric and thread together. Got a knot. And I'll make that for her. It's not a huge piece, but I'll go more into that when I show the chart. Number 17, if you stitch gifts, are they delivered on time or are they fashionably late? On time, because I always try to plan and give myself plenty of time to finish it. And if I have to really crack down and, pull some 10, 12-hour days of stitching on the weekends, and that's what I do. But I try to give myself enough time where I don't really have to do that. Like, I started my mom's piece. Well, with that said, I started it last December, and at one point said, maybe I could give this to her for Mother's Day. No, it quickly was, Emily, do you realize how big Angel of Love is? This is going to be a Christmas present. But that gives me plenty of time. Back to the chart. 4 and then another 4. Where is the strangest place you have ever stitched? Maybe just in the car? I find that if I take my stitching places, I end up not working on it because I feel awkward. So in the car with Jim would probably be the strangest place, hotel rooms and whatnot. But I really like to be comfy and concentrate. I'm not gonna pull it out at a party or something. Although I have stitched up at my in-laws' house when there was a whole bunch of family over, because we'd been there for days and I was just kind of over it, and there was all this family, so I just piled up in the recliner and started stitching. I've stitched at my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house while Jim was playing Dungeons and Dragons. I stitched in the chair next to them. So, there's that. Really should have chosen a pattern that was easier to follow. Okay, 7. Is there any place on earth where you would really like to stitch? I would like to stitch with all of my Flosstube friends. I don't think that's necessarily a place, but all of you guys that I'll talk to on Facebook Messenger or do hangouts with, or just some of my favorite Flosstubers or people in groups, it would be fun for us all to stitch together one day. Because I've done a couple of meetups with people, and I do really enjoy that, so I think it would be a blast. If you could only stitch on one project monogamously for a year, which would it be? Oh God. That sounds like torture. Maybe a Hawker and Hollow piece, because there's so many different blocks and it would feel like lots of different little pieces instead of something like this where you would just get burnt out on stitching blue and purple. Miscounting, hold on. 7. What is the most amount of whips you've had at once? However many I have right now. And I had close to 20 at Stitch Mania time. And I've finished a couple and I've started a few, so I think I probably have just over 20 now, but I haven't counted. I mean, I don't care. It is what it is. So, whatevs. How old is your oldest active whip? My oldest whip is my Alphonse Smuka Summer by Heaven and Earth Designs, but it's almost a UFO, but I haven't like really given it that title yet. I don't enjoy it. It makes my brain hurt. I haven't stitched on it since like last August. And I don't mean last month. I mean August of 2015. So, you know, that just is what it is. But that's my oldest whip, and I guess it's still considered active since I haven't officially deemed it a UFO. Honestly, tell us about your stash. How many charts and kits do you have? Dude, I don't know. A lot. I have fewer kits. I don't tend to buy kits as much because I usually end up tossing fabric aside or changing threads, and then I feel like I've been wasteful because I bought it as a kit. The things that are only available as kits, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So, I mean, I have a lot of charts. I have a lot of charts. I separate them by designer, and I have them stored on a bookcase upstairs, and they're alphabetized by designer. And then I have a bunch of downloaded charts that I have stored on my laptop, which I really need to back up. Now that I'm talking about it, I need to back those up because the amount that I have on there is getting a little crazy. So yeah, I don't know. It's a lot. Truth. Which designs or designers do you just not get? I have an appreciation for all designers because, I mean, it's still stitching, and, you know, I appreciate that. I mean, I appreciate that they're designing and taking the time, and there's still a beauty in all of it, and I mean that genuinely. There is. You can probably hear Dharma in the background. She's fascinated with the closet that stays closed, that she can't get in, so she scratches and meows at it sometimes. I would say I don't get Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It's a little too cutesy for me. I enjoy watching other people stitch it, but I don't think I would ever stitch a Frosted Pumpkin. But I appreciate it. I mean, they do a lot of designing, and some of it is quite intricate. I feel similarly about Clouds Factory, although they do have pieces that I have in my wish list that I would buy. I might alter them, but I would buy and stitch them. Brooks Books is another one that's a little too cutesy for me. And these are just some of the really popular ones that just kind of aren't my speed. Let's see. Which designers do you absolutely adore and cannot live without? There are a lot of designers I love. I would say that the designer that if I designed I would be most like would probably be Courtney Collection. Because it's very, I don't know, they feel old and dark, and My Mermaid's Folly is probably my favorite piece that I'm working on. But I wouldn't stitch it monogamously for a year. That's why I didn't answer it, because it is a monochromatic piece, and you would stitch green every day. Every day you would stitch green. So, but I love their charts. I want to start Nightmare by them, which is just one of the coolest pieces ever. Kelly, the Evergreen Needle, is doing a piece from them called Bernadette. It's really cool. I wish that they designed more, because I love their stuff. I love it. I would just have a house filled with them. I also am finding that I really like the Long Dog Samplers pieces, because, you know, they're similar in their monochromatic stuff. Looking at the chart again. Okay. So yeah, Courtney Collection. How many hours a week do you devote to stitching? Oh, I have no idea. A lot. I stitch a lot. I try to stitch every evening of a work night for a couple of hours. And then on the weekends, I'll stitch more than a couple of hours usually. Like, if I just really need to hermit and not see people, I might stitch all day. But I don't get to do that as much as I would like to on the weekends. Like, it's Saturday morning and I'm stitching now, but I'm going to have to get up after I finish filming this and, you know, like shower and get ready. And Jim and I are going to drive and meet an old friend of mine and her husband and kids and have dinner and hang out a little bit. I haven't seen her for a while. So that'll be nice, but, you know, I'm not stitching. 27. You're on a desert. You're on, I guess, deserted. You're on a deserted island and resources are scarce. It says scare. You're on a deserted island. Resources are scarce. There are 4 options available to you. Chocolate, coffee. Mr. Darcy is played by Colin Firth, of course. By the way, I've never read Pride and Prejudice, nor have I seen the movie. I know, Lady Stitches, Stephanie, you just gasped and questioned whether we can ever talk or be friends again. I know you just did, but I haven't, and I don't really have an interest in it. Maybe I would like it. I don't know. So it's not that option. Or stitching. You can only pick 2. Go. So that takes out Mr. Darcy. So chocolate, coffee, or stitching, pick 2. Coffee and stitching. I could live without chocolate. My ass would appreciate it if I did. Last question. Does your significant other really know how much you spend on your craft? No, but I think he has a pretty good idea. Because he doesn't utter a word when he sees packages come in. He has a hobby or 2 or 3, and he spends money on that hobby. And honestly, we're a pretty modern couple in that we have separate bank accounts. We lived alone as adults for such a long time that, you know, we're used to doing our own thing and having our own money. So we keep that separate. we split up bills. We have a joint savings account that we both put money in. And as long as money's going into that, I don't think either one of us really cares. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm a grown-ass woman. And he is a grown-ass man. And we pay our bills, and we have money in savings. So, there. Well, that's all of those questions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to close my laptop. Yeah, I'm totally wearing the superhero shirt that I slept in. You saw that? And I'm going to show you the little bit of haul that I got. I got this. This is the piece that my friend picked out that she wants me to stitch for her. She wants this made for her kitchen. So she wants this on like a plain brown fabric and maybe stitched in a dark blue. So I'm going to work on that, getting it kitted up in the next little bit and getting this started. I think I can finish that pretty quickly. It's a pretty simple piece. So there's that. And this is the chart that I went on 1-2-3 Stitch to buy and left with all kinds of stuff. I also got this, which I've been wanting. This is Remember Me by Birds of a Feather. Oh, by the way, this is Waxing Moon Designs Stir with the Big Girls. This is Birds of a Feather, Remember Me. It says, when I am dead and buried and all my bones are rotten, when this you see, remember me, lest I should be forgotten. And then it's a place for you to stitch your name, Halloween, and the year. I think one of the reasons I had not bought this yet is because I felt like some of the colors were a little vivid. I love this section though. I love the skeleton in the coffin and the snakes and the rats. I love it. But I think that I'll tone down some of these colors a bit. Oh, it's so cute. And I just looking at this realized that this witch is wearing a mask. Like you can see when you get really close, like her skin underneath and the little like connector where that's actually a mask. So that's fun. I bought this because it was on sale and I had been wanting it. This is Elizabeth's Needlework Designs Antique Animal Sampler. And as many times as I had seen this online, I thought it was a very, very small piece. Dude, it is not. It looks small, seeing the picture online. This is 207 by 177 stitches. Which, you know, it's not huge. It's not death by cross stitch, but I was thinking it was like tiny for some reason. But yeah, I really like this a lot. I think it's really cute. I might even, this might be one I would do in hand-dyed threads. I love the goat. The goat's my favorite part. And the owl. And then the monster. Yeah, I like all of it. And the cat, look at the cute cat. Lastly, Stephanie, Miss Oh So Crafty, girl, this is so your fault. I've had this on my wish list forever. I keep watching your videos and you working on it. So I bought Earth Goddess by Joan Elliott. I've never stitched a Joan Elliott design before. I now own this one, and I own a kit for Native Maiden. I think I will start this one first. One of the things that kept me away from this one for so long is when you get up close, you can see all of those pearl beads. Well, I don't know why that's keeping me from it, because obviously I can just stitch them on a different color bead. They don't have to be pearl. I'm not a fan of white for some reason. I've never liked pearls. I've never liked white. Maybe it's the idea of it as purity. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. But I want to do this. She's gorgeous. She's pretty. She's so much fun. I can't wait. I'm contemplating, instead of, I know a lot of times people will do on January 1st there's often a Mirabilia start, a Mirabilia stitch along for the whole year. I'm thinking about, instead of Mirabilia, starting my first John Elliott on January 1st. And just doing that. So I hope to get her kitted up, everything I need for her to start then. I'm super psyched. Now that I've said that, I'm looking at my screen and I have been rambling for 35 minutes. So I'm putting this down, I'm telling you guys goodbye, and I will edit this together with my other footage and get this out to y'all probably halfway through September. Bye guys! So it's September 11th, and it's evening. You might hear voices in the background. Jim is downstairs watching football with his brother, which means I'm up here in our bedroom in bed, stitching away with my hot light up above my head, kind of wedged precariously between the headboard and the wall. Working on more hair. I'm still going to work on her for a couple of days because I am just loving this. I am loving working on it. It's difficult starting off because it is the 28 count and I'm using 3 threads, but my eyes are loving stitching on 28 count for a bit. They really are. And these colors. Oh, these colors. They're beautiful. For those of you who don't remember what this looks like, I left the original picture downstairs, so I don't have that with me. But I will show you, I'm watching Flosstube while I'm doing this, and I have discovered, it won't focus, here we go. I have discovered Miska Cat, and I'm only on her second video, but I feel like that I can easily tell you guys that you should all go watch her right now, even with me just on like 10 minutes into her second video. She has some impressive stitching that she's showing, some cut work pieces and chatelaines, and she's very humble about it, and it's just beautiful stitching, and she seems pretty cool. So go check her out. I will get in closer to her name so you can see it. There we go. Check it out, guys. You will not be sorry, I promise. Bye! Hey guys, it is Tuesday, September the 13th. It's later, and I actually just got home from dinner. Jim is over at his brother's house, gaming, role-playing Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. And I went out to dinner with a girlfriend, and oh my god, it was so good. Like, today was a total cheat day, and we planned it. We went to this Louisiana grill, like run by a chef, not like a, crappy dump or anything. Oh my god, it's so good. Like, we had appetizers, salad, an entree, and dessert. I feel like I've never had more food in my body than I do right this moment. Like, it's so gluttonous, but it was so good. Tomorrow, like, I could not eat all day and the next day and probably still have enough calories. Anyway, so what I wanted to share with you guys is a couple of things. First thing, I'm switching projects today because me and, if you're not watching her videos, I think I've mentioned her before, Cozy Egg, Michelle, she and I we've decided she might do it every other month. I'm going to try to do it every month. I had kind of alluded to it as a possibility when I did Stitch Mania. Kind of stitching on something dark and creepy the 13th of every month. What's the 13th? So I am bringing To Follow You, I'm Not Content back today. I may work on it more than today, because the reason I picked this one instead of Book of Spells, because I've worked on this one since Book of Spells, is because I feel like I'm so close to finishing it. I would love to finish this. Cross your fingers. That's the plan. I really want to finish this. And yes, those are dead fish earrings. A gift from a friend, and I really liked them, so I'm rocking those out today. Dead fish earrings. So yeah, I want to finish this. And this is Prairie Moons to Follow You I'm Not Content, stitched on a 32 count cauldron by Picture This Plus. Schnazzer. And I had the order that I made from 123 Stitch, where I showed you guys everything. I forgot a chart. Not because like I missed it, but because it was back ordered. So it just came. It was another Halloween piece, go figure. This is Lindsay Lane Designs, Spooky Hollow 1820. Here's the entire thing. Witch and ghost make merry on this last of dear October days. And Spooky Hollow 1820. I really like it. I'm not sure. I don't know. I might stitch it just like this. I might not. I don't know. But I really liked it. It's been in my wish list for a while, and I was, you know, I feel like I can never have enough creepy Halloween patterns. So that's that. This is actually the piece that is on the front here. The model stitch is actually done on Picture This Plus cauldron, which is the fabric that I'm stitching this on. But the model piece obviously had much more orange in it than mine does, but it's funny. I also came home today to my 4th of July hand-dyed fabrics by Stephanie order in the mailbox, and there was a little note in it that said that mine was the very last one to be packaged and go out. Yeah, it says sorry, yours was the last sale order. She said it was probably going to take, you know, 8 weeks at least for them all to go out. So July, August, September. This is about when I expected it, so I wasn't disappointed. I knew when I placed the order that it was going to take that long. That's just like I got a Picture This Plus email today? Maybe it was today or yesterday. One or the other. And it was like, we're sending this out to update people. We've sent out X amount. We have this many left. You know, we're getting emails, people asking about it. You know, we let you guys know. Yeah, they did. They let us know. I don't know why people are asking about their orders. You knew it was going to take forever. But you also knew you were getting a bargain. So, anyway, right over. Let me show you what I got from Hand-Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. This is my first time ever getting fabric from her. And I haven't, like, taken it out of the plastic and checked it out or anything. But I mean, this looks pretty awesome. I got a fat quarter of 32 count Belfast in chocolate milk. Just a brown neutral. You can never have enough brown neutrals, in my opinion. I love holding this and waggling it around everywhere. You can never have enough brown neutrals. This one is funky and awesome. This is a 36 count linen Spellbound, and it's orange and purple. I mean, some witchy, fantastic piece. It's going to look great on this. I'm contemplating doing Witch's Hollow on this. That's why I bought the 36 count, because you could fit Witch's Hollow on a 36 count fat quarter. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. So that's that. I am going to see what little I can get done on this tonight, seeing as how it's already like 9 o'clock at night. And then I'll post a picture after this and maybe chat with you guys again before I upload this weekend. Bye guys. absolute last video before I'm going to finish editing this together and get it uploaded. I just drew a winner for my giveaway. I'm putting that video up separately, but if for some reason you missed it, the winner is a YouTube user named Nan. She has an Oriental lady as her little icon, and she stated that her favorite piece of mine, I can't talk today. Her favorite piece of mine was Angel of Love. So if that's you, you won. So go to that video and look in ways to contact me and do so. Because apparently, look, she has no actual presence on YouTube, so I can't message her. Kind of sucks. So I really hope she sees this, or the other one, and reaches out to me in some way. I need an adult. I need an adult to come and tell me to stop buying stitching things. I have a fat half of fabric that I'm not even going to pull out and show you guys because it's just plain brown, hand-dyed from Silk Weavers, like a neutral brown that I saw at a bargain on eBay, so I bought it. I have a problem. I've already showed you this pattern. This is the one that my friend wants me to do for her. She came and looked through my stash and, Kami, I love you, but you picked out the most boring fabric that I have, but that's cool. That's cool. It's going to you. I may not even need this entire piece for this. She picked out like this, I've had it, probably the oldest piece in my stash. It looks like burlap, and it's like a raw, I don't know, I bought this from some old lady on eBay. I can't even, love her, I can't read her handwriting. Something undyed Belfast. So she wants it on this in blue. She picked DMC 930 for me to stitch this in. When she said blue, I assumed that she wanted like this really dark shade, but no, she wants this almost country blue color. I'm in a really weird mood today. I think it's because it's Friday and I have the entire weekend ahead of me and just all of these plans and ideas of things that I want to do, and I don't have crap that I really have to do. Like no obligations to work, no obligations to family. Like I can do whatever I want to do this weekend. I love weekends like that. So that means I'm going to do some housework because Lord have mercy, it's got to be done. I'm not even going to like show you the Buster Cat tumbleweeds that are rolling around my house. Did you guys get those? Like going up my stairs, because my stairs are wooden, like if I don't sweep like regularly, like every day, these little like little mini cats form on the stairs. I'm probably grossing people out, aren't I? Oh well. What else was I saying? Oh, so I had said previously that I watched Cozy Egg's video. Go check her out if you're not watching her. And I saw a chart that she had that I had never seen before by Plum Street Samplers, and I fell in love with it, and I hunted for it, and I found it on Etsy from, I'm trying to remember the name of the seller, something like The Cross-Eyed Bear or something is the name of the shop, but it's like used charts, but they're in great shape. Like all of these look new, but they're slightly less than retail because they are used charts. But anyway, this is what I got. Garden of Erie. That's so freaking cool. You guys love that glare, don't you? Yeah, you do. I know you do. So, of course, because I bought one chart, I had to buy like 4 more because that's how that works. So, I also bought the Halloween Hornbook Sampler. While I was on a roll with that, I bought the Salem hornbook. Jim and I have been to Salem, Massachusetts on vacation, so we actually have a framed print upstairs of like everyone who, you know, was hanged or pressed to death or whatnot upstairs and the date of their death. So I would actually really like to stitch this and put it next to it. I love that for Gallows Hill that there's a little tree with a noose in it. Adorbs. I've never said adorbs before. I don't know why I just said that. And then I succumbed to some type of peer pressure because there's been a lot of these going around, particularly the Halloween delivery. Kelly at the Evergreen Needle just finished this one recently. And I'm going to admit, Kelly, it freaks me out a little bit that there's no one actually driving this. Like there's just a floating top hat. I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. So there's this. And then, how cute would these looks like stitched and hung next to each other? There's also Harvest Delivery, which in my opinion, that definitely needs to be stitched on at least a dark enough fabric where that horse pops, because you almost lose the horse on the fabric that it's on, or maybe it's just how it's photographed. We all know that sometimes things just don't photograph well. So there's that. She sent me a little freebie complimentary design from Plum Street Samplers that it's called Brouhaha. It's a little pump. It's only the chart, and I guess I could show it to you since it's free, but I don't really know how it works. But it's just a little teeny tiny sampler thing, like 80 by 70 something stitches, and it's got little pumpkins holding little coffee mugs. It's cute. I also bought this. It's kind of sewing related, but not really. I bought this shirt. I'm kind of into it. If you're as into this shirt as I am, I bought it from an Etsy shop called Fourth Wave Apparel. It's a little expensive for a t-shirt, but I really felt like I needed it. It comes in different colors. Seems a little short by the way it looks. Like it's advertised on this model and their picture, and she's probably like an extra small is the issue, because it looks like it's a long t-shirt on her, and this like hits me. I mean, that's how long it is. If it shrinks, I'm gonna be really pissed off, but maybe it won't. But I'm not an extra small girl. I'm just not. I've wrapped my head around it. I've accepted it. But I'm also a tall person, so I have a long torso, and I really feel like that as sizes get bigger, lengths should get longer. I plan to finish this weekend. It's almost done. I just have to do the fence. I have to finish out his face and fill in the details on the tombstone, and this will be finished. Finished soon. I like this piece more than I thought I would. It's pretty awesome. And again, this is To Follow You, I'm Not Content by Prairie Moon, and I have stitched it on a 32 count Picture This Plus Belfast linen in Cauldron. That's it for this blog, guys. Or vlog, whatever. enjoy. It should be up tomorrow morning, and I will be sitting here stitching, hopefully while you guys are enjoying it, enjoying your videos. So I'm going to finish editing it together, get it started uploading, and then I am going to change and go to the park and walk, which I'm doing pretty well on, even though I had a mini breakdown this week about portion control and my inability to do that and to make healthy food choices when actually faced with it in a restaurant where there are bacon cheeseburgers next to salads. It's hard. It's real hard. So there's that. And when your husband brings home fall-themed Little Debbies, and what am I going to do, not eat them? I'm going to eat them. I'm going to eat the Little Debbies. But I guess I'll just walk blisters onto my feet trying to make up for it. It is what it is. Bye guys. Have a great middle of September, end of September. See the deer behind me?